Okay, so here we are again, another winter season, and trying to figure out how to practice and improve inside. So if you look at this screen back here, I've got what's called the Performance Center set up, where I'm going to practice basically 75-yard shots to 148 yards. So this is basically kind of a 3/4 58-degree wedge for me to sort of a full pitching wedge. So I'm going to practice scoring shots, and I'm going to compare myself to a male tour professional and just see where the areas are in the game that maybe I need to improve on. So let's get that going. So I've got it all set up. I click confirm. And what's going to happen now, you'll see at the bottom left of the screen here, it's 128 yards. Top right, you can see I really would like to miss left rather than right. But comparing myself to a tour pro, that's a pretty tight circle. You can also compare yourself to different levels of handicap. So if I go over here and click, let's call it let's just do a 10 handicap, you'll see how much bigger that acceptable circle gets, and it's going to give me a stroke gained or lost in relation to the handicap that I've selected. So I'm going to go back to Tour Pro, and I'm going to aim it just slightly left, just slightly left, and this is going to be kind of a good 50-degree wedge for me, and I'll just hit the shot and see where we end up. Made pretty good contact with that. Let's see if it gets back there. I think it's just going to be a little short. Yeah, I didn't hit it quite as good as I thought. So again, that's good feedback for me. And I'm just going to keep practicing now. We'll just kind of fast forward and summarize this towards the end. Okay, so let's take a minute to review here. So far, I'm 20 shots in, and I'm losing 0.17 strokes on average to a tour player. So what does that mean, and what distances am I struggling with? So we go over here, and we click on this full summary button, and you can see, I only have 3 distances. I only have 75 to 100, and 100 to 125, and 125 to 150. Now, I'm better, like a lot of us, at just normal full swings. And my 58 flies about 95, and my 54 flies about 112, and my 50 flies about 125. So you can kind of look in there and go, okay, well, that's, kind of 100 to 125. I have 3 clubs that sort of cover that distance. The shorter shots, I'm struggling a little bit more with than the kind of 3/4 pitching wedge shots, but you can kind of see like those partial shots are something that I'm struggling with. So if we just kind of keep that in mind, that 0.29 negative and 0.18 negative for those 2 categories, I'm going to hit 20, 25 more shots, and then we'll review again. Okay, so I've hit 40 shots now, so let's just go take a look at the summary and just kind of see what I need to work on. So, you can see here, remember I was negative 0.29 from that 75 to 100 yard distance, and I was negative 0.18 from the 125 to 150 distance. I was actually slightly positive from that 100 to 125 distance. But something that we'll tackle here a little bit too is like not all of these shots are created equal. I got a little bit easier 100 to 125 yard shots early, and then in this round I had a lot of shots that were kind of in between where I couldn't go long or I couldn't go short, and I kind of had to play it safe. So that cost me a couple strokes, so I don't have perfect control over that. So I think kind of obviously here I just sort of need to work on my wedge game overall. So I'll be doing a lot of this winter. So this is an excellent tool if you have access to it that can really help you kind of fine tune whatever your weaknesses are. And I kind of know this is something that I need to work on and practice. So we'll get after it and hopefully have a better summer in this category.